Hello everyone and welcome to another One Punch Man the Strongest video. Today we'll be doing episode 5 of our basic series account review. So we have MedClown over here from Server7. So MedClown is actually one of the newer members in my club. I believe he joined about a few weeks back or a month back. He mentioned to me that he's not very sure on what to do with his account and also he is just floating around. For him, he's currently at rank 86 on the power ranking, which is pretty decent considering we have 3 active clubs in the server. And on top of that, he is rank 23 on the arena ranking, which is pretty good. Next, we'll be looking at his lineup. So this is the current lineup that is running. For this one, I don't really like it is because of this Garo over here. Because as of now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 units that are going to consume SAC to be good. For your speed order wise, I will actually go your speed 1 channels. So speed 1 channels will actually clear out all the undying units that your opponent has. So your zombie man, phoenix man. Then from there your RMG will go ahead and out a non-undying unit. So it will actually help to wear them down. Then from there, a slightly slower CK go in and heal up because it is actually tanking for Churro, so most likely it will die pretty fast. Then a speed 4 Phoenix that is tightened as close to the CK as possible. So basically after the CK outs, right, if let's say all the units at the back is to get killed off, your front line is actually very vulnerable to any RNG swipe. So if let's say your Phoenix was to come up right after the CK out, right, then the RNG most likely will come for the Phoenix over here, which actually helps to protect your front line. Then after that, your Juro will go ahead and use the auto attack. So this auto attack is very strong because if let's say the opponent have any other units that's left standing, the Juro auto attack will trigger the RMG follow up. Then from there, after the follow up, it will do another follow up. If let's say it is P5, the additional follow up will start on turn 1. If let's say it does not, then it will start on turn 2. However, it will still be very strong because most of the units low already. So I believe the main reason that you will actually have 4 SAC unit is mainly because of the Peak Arena and also Apex over here. So Peak Arena, you actually need the hero and monster team. So if let's say you have the Garo, I believe you want to do well in the hero side. However, if let's say you were to take a look at the rewards itself between your current rank, so 51 to 120, and if let's say you manage to get into the top 50, the difference will only be 500 coins itself. And for this Gear EXP card can easily be farmable, then talents as well. So the main difference is the coin. So if you actually take a look at the shop, you can pretty much purchase out all the SAC in the shop. So the only difference will be 1 core in 1 week, which is honestly not that great because you can actually farm all these cores through the training center expedition over here. So if let's say it's maxed out already, if let's say you go and collect it, most of the time you actually get 1 additional core. So instead you might actually want to focus on the club war instead, because if let's say your club is to make it, okay, for our current club it's actually quite good but if let's say you are in a not so decent club, then you might not be able to make it into the top 8 itself. And sometimes if let's say you take a look at the ranking, sometimes if let's say you're not a top club, right, if let's say you were to meet another top club inside the non-finals itself, you'll actually be in danger of being kicked out of the finals. So if you actually take a look at the mass election reward over here, if let's say you make it into the finals alone, everyone in the club will actually get 1 orange gear and 1 figurine base. This will actually help your club to progress further in the game, and also if let's say your club is doing well in the club mode itself, it will generally make for a better gaming experience. Next, we will be going over his basics. So we will start from the left side. So over here we have the training halls itself. Training halls, he actually maxed everything up. And on top of that, he's been putting effort into maxing the attack and the HP. For this case itself, I will actually strongly recommend you to max out both the attack and the HP. And yeah, also for this one. Yeah, for attack and HP is definitely doable. So maybe after your duelist, once you're done with the duelist, then go ahead and max out the high tech as well. Next, we will be taking a look at his core. So he's pretty much running all the meta core. The Sea King, Zombie, Dr. Genius, Mosquito. Then because he's using the RNG, so he took up the Harmonize core over here for the single attack rate. And also the Child Emperor, because he's using both the CK and the RNG. So RNG follow-up does extra damage, CK Reflect does extra damage. So this one is pretty good. So over at the figurines wise, I will also suggest him to use up the badges itself. So he pretty much won't run out of shards. So if let's say you are sitting on 1.7k badges, then definitely go ahead and star up all your characters over here. So you have two types of reward, the total star up reward and also the characters reward. So in this case, your star reward is not maxed out. Over on the top, you can take a look, 38 out of 40. So 35 out of 40. So all these can actually give you quite a bit of stats to help you progress further. And then generally, I would say you have been putting in effort for this figurine, which is pretty good. Then for training center wise, I'll actually recommend you to take out one of the grapplers over here. It will either be Tank Top or Garo, because currently right now you're using the CK. So you can just put on any high-tech SSR. So your Child Emperor most likely will go on to either here or here. Then for your skill training, yeah, this one is pretty low because you have 3 grapplers, so it makes your skill book distribution very difficult. So this is his current SAC count. He is currently sitting on 499 SAC. So I noticed that a lot of the SAC are actually spread out among a lot of different characters. And also the highest character with the SAC is actually your RMG with 83 SAC. So this one is not very okay. Instead, what I'll recommend is over on the page itself, when you see the yellow highlighted, it actually means to reverse or dismantle the buff gear or gear itself. Then from there you actually get 290, roughly around 290 SAC. So from there, this 290 SAC, you can actually put it inside the RMG, Genos and CK to make your team a lot stronger. And also things to note is your Tank Top, this card, the level card is actually pretty good. And Joro faction card, I believe it's double speed and it's very good. And for Garo, because it has triple crit grappler, so this one you also have to keep. But all the rest you can just reverse it, it's no issue. For the talents wise, this one is in orange because I calculated out your talent reversion. You only have 10 talent reversion, so you might want to keep this until next month. Then next month, then you reverse. So this is how you want to split up your SAC after you reverse it. So on the left hand side, you can take a look at whether it is a DPS or support character. So pretty much your Genos and RMG is your DPS character and your CK is the support character. So ideally you want to get their insignia 2 levels above their gears and 1 level above their buff gears. And also you want to open up all the talent sigils for these 3 characters. So on the extreme right, you can take a look at how much SAC it will cost you. Then from there, you allocate it accordingly. However, what I'll recommend is actually to keep 120 SACs for your Armai itself. And we'll talk about the BT drawing later on. But according to your current standard, I will actually recommend a 4-star speed on all your Armai speed gears itself. Either 3-star or 4-star is okay. So you might want to put your SAC, a portion of it, inside your insignia and gears, so that it's very easy for you to reverse it once the Armai mask release. How you do it is basically you go according to this plan. However, you take the 290, right? You minus either the 56 or the 120. So whichever amount that you have, you'll use that to allocate for your current characters. Then from there, you will still have 120, either 120 or 56 SAC inside your inventory. So after you have go according to this plan, you use up this 56 or 120 SAC into your current gears and insignia. Don't use it on the buff cards, because buff cards you have to dismantle. Just use it on the gears and insignia. So later on, once you need the SAC in September, you can straight away reverse it out and use it for your Armai. So currently right now you have 334 black tickets inside your inventory. So my recommendation will actually be to draw for ATT in August, Armai in September, and this will be your DPS unit, this will be your strong support, and this will be your core. Then later on for Sonic V2, because your bomb core will lack a duelist, so once you get the Sonic, it will actually help to raise your back row. Then the Armai will help to raise your front row. So your team will be a very fast team. On top of that, the Gale with the increased speed, it will help to stun 2 targets on the opponent. So your team will be very strong. And on top of that, for Clock War itself, most likely after you draw for the Sonic, your Armai will go inside your Joro core instead, which will make your Joro core very fast. Then for Bomb core, it will be your Sonic. So to sum everything up, number 1, focus on contributing in Club War to help the club to make it into the finals. So everyone will have to contribute in their own ways. So by contributing, you put all your strong units into one team so that you can take out the opponent's buildings itself. And also, if let's say you're on the buildings, then you can help the club to actually defend off anyone who tries to get in. Then on top of that, the rewards for this mass selection is actually pretty good. So definitely work with everyone to do well in the club war. And also for this Peak Arena, because the rewards are not that great, so even with the SAC Garo itself, it's not going to really help you in maintaining a good hero ranking. For the Apex Clash itself, what I recommend is just focus on getting into the top 100 itself, and also focus on getting the SAC, and depending on which one you lack, but ideally you want to use all your coins to purchase the gears, because the gears are very difficult to get, whereas the locks can be very easily obtainable through the shop itself. On top of that, according to your current washing rate, you don't really wash a lot of buff gears, so getting the locks is actually quite wasted. And also, you have to focus on getting all your SAC onto your CK, RMG, and Genos, while keeping 120 disposable SACs inside the insignia and gears. Something to think about is that if let's say everyone is to do what you are doing, right, would it make the club stronger or weaker? So from there you can easily make your decision. That's all I have for today. I hope that this helped you in finding direction for the account itself. And if let's say you are a similar player to MedClown, then you can use this as a point of reference in terms of which direction to take. If let's say you enjoyed the video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.